Where's Andy Dalton going to go? Maybe the Patriots? I don't believe the Patriots want him. New England doesn't want him. It seems like the Patriots are all in on building around Jarrett Stidham, their second-year quarterback. That's, I think, what they're going for, and that's their plan. But the question is, does anybody want Andy Dalton? And how valuable is Andy Dalton? I'll say I think Andy Dalton is more likely to sign with a team than Cam Newton is. Andy isn't viewed as a guy with a challenging ego at all. And, he is a guy who could have a veteran presence for a young quarterback. He could come off the bench and play and do okay. He's been a starter for years, and he has experience as a starting quarterback. He's kind of an ideal backup. So the question is, who could use him? I think 3 teams could use Andy Dalton. The Jaguars behind Gardner Minshew, the New York Giants behind Daniel Jones, and the Dallas Cowboys, actually, as the backup to Dak Prescott. I wouldn't pay Andy Dalton too much, but it's not like he has a ton of options. Like if you say, here, Andy, here's $2 million, take it or leave it, you're going to be my backup quarterback. If he doesn't want the money, he can just retire. He's not going to have a bunch of options. I would take Andy Dalton, $2 million a year as my backup quarterback. It's a great deal. Andy gets to play and be involved in a team, gets $2 million he's not going to have otherwise, and whatever team he goes to is going to have a solid backup who can maybe be a veteran presence behind a young quarterback. Andy Dalton's a perfect backup. That's all he is to me. But I think the 3 teams I listed are just a couple options. The Jaguars are the team everyone's talking about. It makes sense. But in my mind, Andy Dalton is a solid backup quarterback and maybe best suited to be behind a young quarterback, a guy like Gardner Minshew, Daniel Jones, or Dak Prescott, a guy who's learning and growing and might need a stable backup and help to have a stable backup behind him. In case you don't know, Strong Opinion Sports is not just a YouTube channel. It is also a full audio podcast. You can find it on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play, pretty much everywhere you find podcasts. And if you like podcasts, please do me a huge favor and give it a listen.